Peace, love, and balance, everybody. Peace, love, and balance, y'all. It's your girl Isha, the Copper Queen, the goddess on the rise, the goddess of wisdom, the Flower Hootie Queen, bringing the sacred energy change 222. Y'all, let's ring the bell. Y'all, I got a new theme now. I'm also gonna be calling myself the Tennessee Witch, y'all. Cause y'all know it's a new witch in town, okay? The Tennessee Witch. Y'all know I'm a bad witch, okay? Today I'm in my green witch energy, y'all. So I want to talk to y'all today about my trip to Adams, Tennessee to go see the Bell Witch Cave. It was amazing. That was my first time going. I've done a couple of, I did the Nashville ghost tours. That was very dope. Learning about the history with the spookism in Tennessee in general, specifically downtown and Prentice Alley. That was dope. So now I was off to Adams, Tennessee, and I'm about to be doing more trips like this. So if you want to see more of these trips where I go and get true, valid information and be on the grounds, y'all will have to definitely donate to the channel. Y'all know that. Donate to the channel, buy some jewelry for me, book readings, things that will help me fund that, because I have to pay for gas when I do that. Some of these trips are close where I can do day trips, but some of these trips I may have to stay at least for a day or something like that. But yeah, we about to get into heavy about this Bell Witch, y'all, because it's stuff that I've been researching about the Bell Witch that I found out today that I did not know, and it's not a lot of information online. That's why we tell you got to read books and honestly go to the locations if you can. So so the Bell Witch happened in Tennessee, specifically Adams, Tennessee, and it's considered Robinson County, I believe. Okay, and that actually is not too far from my hometown, Shelbyville, Tennessee. Okay, because it was 45 minutes from Nashville, and that's pretty much how far Shelbyville is away from Nashville. 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic. So the history, y'all, that really took me through that is, first of all, the house, when you first walk in there, it's a house there that they actually got torn down because it was so old. So the original house is not there. They had to rebuild it, okay? With the man called John Bell that bought the land back in the 1800s when he bought the land, all right? And the house got torn down and they rebuilt it. When you first come in, they don't want you to use your cameras. You can't have your cameras, and I know why. They had a woman that's right to the side. They had all statues of dolls, so dummy dolls. And the first person you see when you walk in is a slave. Okay? It's a slave. It's a female. She has the typical mammy hat on, the bandana tied around to the front or to the side like the help, with the little checkered shirt and the big skirt and all that, sitting over the stove with a pot. A melanated sister. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay, because it talks about that. John Bell owned slaves. He did. We're going to get into that. John Bell, the person that the Bell Witch hunted and the family she hunted, he was a slave owner. And he only bought the land in general for $100. Let's ring the bell on that. Hold on. That land that they're doing this, the cave is on, all them acres, he only bought it for $100. And it got passed down to the people that bought it now. The people that have it now paid more than that for it. But because the land was sold so cheap from the beginning, they got it. They've been having it for the last 30 years, and they didn't pay a lot for it either. I'm talking about they paid as much as I paid for the house I'm in now, and they got acres. I'm talking about acres. You talking about 40 acres in a mirror? Baby. But we're about to get in deep to that. These acres, okay, of this land, okay? So the Bell Witch is actually known as the most, she actually has been down in history to be a supernatural murder in the world. Tennessee, here in Tennessee, is known as the most supernatural murder in the world. It's been proven that she killed him as a witch, passed as a ghost. She killed him. She poisoned him. And I'm going to get into all that. And it's known here in Tennessee. She's known here and famous for that. She hunted everybody, the entire Bell family, except one person. And it was his wife, the woman he married. So he owned slaves, right? He was married to a 13-year-old girl. Hold on. Let's talk about this. He was married to a 13-year-old girl, and he was in his 30s. So he was in his mid to late early 30s, and he was from North Carolina. That's another thing. John Bell was not from here. His whole family came from North Carolina and bought this land for $100. And President Anderson Jackson, if y'all remember, before he was president, had a piece of the same land that I was on today. And he got hunted by the witch, and he ended up just leaving and giving it up and all that, and letting them have it, okay? And if y'all don't know, I tell y'all, he signed the Indian Removal Act, and we about to get on that, y'all. So after I go in there and there's a slave woman right there, you go see the different rooms And you see the room he died in, and they have the statue of his wife and everything. But you know, back then they had women really didn't get a choice. If you, like, y'all remember The Color Purple? Celie didn't have a choice. If your dad gave you off to somebody, you had to get married. It didn't matter how old you were. Once you was a woman that had a period, you was old enough to get married, and age did not matter for the males. The males could get married any woman he wanted, and they always went after the younger ones. All right. Once you got too old, and they still do that to us today. If you got too old, you was no use to them. They wanted an older one. All right. They wanted a younger one. So how do we know that she didn't get forced into that marriage? They say she didn't, but I don't believe that. That's just my personal opinion. They say she didn't force, because the witch was only nice to her. They said it was reported that the witch sung to her. They took care of when she was sick, rubbed her, like, sung and everything. But she hunted everybody else except the young girl. She said she was an angel. They used to hear her voice, so she used to speak out, y'all, as a ghost. Speak out and scaring all of them. But they wouldn't leave. Why would a family that bought a land like that and getting hunted this bad by a ghost, why wouldn't they leave? Who would want to stay and deal with it and just sell the land and have peace? I'm going to talk about that too. So as we're going down to the cave, right? This is stuff they don't tell you. The whole cave is a burial ground. Just like Fort Negley Park, if y'all here in Nashville, Tennessee, Fort Negley Park is a burial ground of the colored soldiers and American Indians, as they say, from the Civil Wars and the wars that happened here in Tennessee. So the whole place is a burial ground. So there's like 70 graves above the cave. See, they don't talk about this. There are literally 70 American Indian graves. They said it was the Choctaw tribe above the cave. And when you go inside, there was actually a coffin inside that a young girl was buried inside. And years ago, before the family that owned it now, someone broke in and stole her remains. And the same cave, I'm going to show y'all this, the same cave. You see this? This is the actual stones that they use to actually make the arrowheads and their weapons from the cave. I definitely got a piece of that. Y'all know I'm about to do some magic with this, okay? It's called red clay bark, all right? Because this actually, it can be like filed down real good when it's wet and stuff. So I might have to do something to make me something, but I like the shape of this, all right? So yes, so this cave was American Indian owned, and obviously the land was from the natives of the land. The land was never theirs to sell. That's why back then, if y'all remember, the $5 Indians, and they would just give $5 to get their names on a list and get land. Oh my God. Y'all, it's cancer season. I was trying not to get upset because at the end of the day, the people that's there now, at this point, they know the truth, because the girl, she looked at me when I asked her, so this is the American, so there's the graveyard up here of the American Indians. And I said, how much did he die for again? And y'all did? And then she chuckled when I started asking questions, because she knew I was putting it together. That land is not even theirs, but because Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act through the church, and they was able to get our land like this illegally. And it doesn't matter how long they family had it. That land does not belong to them. And I don't care how they feel about it. Let me ring the bell. They was nice people. I don't got no beef. But the truth is, that's not their land. And that's why the Bell Witch hunted him. The Bell Witch is a shamanic witch. That's what the freak she is. Okay, look. It said that it was reports that she used to creep them out, telling them, I'm a witch that's buried on these lands a long time ago. She is buried there. She's stuck there. She's buried there. And she was hunting them because they was on her land. So they always tell the story like she was hunting them just because she was just evil. That's what they always do about a story about a witch. Just like the Little Mermaid. They don't tell you the story what Ursula really is. If you ever watched the show Once Upon a Time, it breaks all that down, that Ursula was never the one that was evil and she got kicked out of the kingdom. Y'all got to know the age of Aquarius and all that stuff too. So all this stuff is lining up, y'all. And they kept going back and forth saying the Bell Witch was another woman named Kate Batts, Catherine Batts, but it wasn't her either. Okay, it wasn't. She let it be known who she was as she was hunting them, and they wouldn't leave. They said she predicted both wars, the World War, the Civil War, World War, and all that. And they said she predicted stuff to this day, and they had that in the museum in newspapers. Old newspapers, they had stuff that she predicted before it happened, y'all. And you can't take pictures of none of this stuff. That's why we need to start visiting places. You couldn't take pictures of, so I only was able to take pictures of stuff they would allow me to take pictures of. But when and then they have a whole American Indian artifacts in there, and a whole poster or museum about all the artifacts that were found in that cave. In that cave. And then they wonder why they got haunted. That's why I tell y'all I'm a shamanic witch, okay? That's why I be showing y'all the history of a shamanic witch and what that is. Hey, it's not gonna be love and light when you got done. And they said the body that was in there that they got broken in and stolen out of, I put a picture of it. She's not in there anymore. And it was a young child. They said she had arrows shot in her chest. But the body has been removed since then, a long time ago. They broke in and stole. That's not that. Why are they always so fascinated with our bodies? Why they always breaking in? Why they always stealing our body? That's what they did in ancient Egypt. Everything. Every time you turn around, you see them on TV talking about mummies they done found and tombs they done found, and they do it here too, y'all. But a lot of us don't know our states or our cities, and we don't even know the tribal history on our land. That's why I tell y'all to study your homeland. We so focused on going to Africa and going everywhere else, but studying what the freak happened here, where your ancestors are from. Okay. Which I visited Mollico Mounds in Georgia, 30 minutes from my great-grandmother's house. Same energy, not allowed to take pictures in several American Indian. Exactly, 7 American Indian artifacts, yes. So why they trying to make it seem like the Bell Witch was dark and evil? No, she freaking wasn't. She was mad because they was on her land. Thank you for dropping that, sis. She was upset because they was on her land. She was just murdered. She is a ghost. She was a ghost. And when you get slaughtered like that, a lot of their spirits are trapped here, y'all. They didn't get to ascend. They got slaughtered and they won't leave. They won't leave. They said she came back. She kept coming back. She said in 7 years she'll come back. And every time she came back, she gave predictions that they have in newspapers in there. And it was stuff dated before the Civil War even happened. And it is not fake. Okay. So yes, witches can predict the future. Dead or alive. Whatever you can. She's not dead. She's a spirit. She's an ancestor. So I'm like, so yeah, she was predicting stuff. She was still powerful even after they killed her. And she was not going to leave her land. Those are the spirits that are waking up right now, y'all. Those are the spirits. And hold on. Y'all remember Pirates of the Caribbean? And if you don't know, Pirates of the Caribbean is based off a true story. Of course, they animated up and stuff with the other stuff. But it's based off a true story. The storyteller, the pirates, black pirates, and all that stuff. And them having ghosts fighting for them. Just like Lord of the Rings. What did Lord of the Rings do? They had the ghosts fight for them. And what did the Haitian Revolutionary use? A witch to help them fight the war. Stop playing, y'all. We got to stop playing. The ghosts can help us. Avatar showed that the animals and all that, the ancestors, that's a real thing, y'all. And that's the energy that we're so scared of, a lot of us. Y'all got to talk to your ancestors. Just talk to them. Look, let me get my tea right now. Y'all know mine is here. Let me tell y'all, when I went in that cave, y'all, I wanted a supernatural thing to happen. I was waiting for it. My ears started ringing. It started ringing, and I feel like she feels me. She knew I was her. And I said it out loud. I said my ear just started ringing. It started ringing on the right side. So that's nothing. When your ears start ringing, you got to pay attention to what side and how loud the tone is and how long it is. And those tell you different meanings of what a message could be coming through, and you can look it up. All right. But yeah, it was the right side into the left side. Okay. So I'm like, I'm like the right hand. I still ain't broke that down yet. I took a nap earlier, and I still got to get up and I still got to like do some. I still got to do some spiritual rituals with this. That's what I'm about to do a ritual with this stone and ask for some information. That's why I got this stone out of the cave, because it's got energy and it's got memories in it. It's crystal. It's just like crystals, y'all. Y'all love crystals. That's why I be going and getting real artifacts from our land. Okay. Our land, stones and geodes from our land, all right? But I really want to know what was really trying to come through. You know what I mean? But I do feel like she felt me, because I wasn't scared at all. This other girl, she was scared in the mug. She was freaking out, and I was cool. But she downloaded something into me that I'm gonna have to break down later, or whoever it was, because you got to think it's 70 something graves up there, and we was not allowed to go up there. You couldn't go up there to the burial grounds. Why not? Why not? You can look up and see it a little bit, and I tried the best I could, but you couldn't go inside. You can't go around there. And then another thing, The whole area has different things that have historically happened that they wouldn't let us go to. So like the other houses on the land. Why not, y'all? Why not? What they hiding? I'm just keeping it. This ain't to start something. I feel like there's nothing wrong with asking questions. That's our problem now. We don't ask questions. Why can't we go to those areas? What's the secret? What's really going on in there that y'all can't allow us to see? That would possibly set us off. Like the bodies. Maybe the bodies. Maybe they got a whole black magic, a whole ceremony set up to keep the energy, to keep them trapped there. Who knows? And I'm just saying because what's the secret? Them ain't your ancestors anyway. Let's ring the bell. Why are you trying to keep somebody's ancestors away from people? They feel guilty. I'm going to tell you right now. The girl that laughed at me and how she was looking at me, I could feel the energy. Because I told them, I said, I'm a witch and I'm American Indian. And I said, I was down here to do a tour because I'm going to post about this. I wasn't even, and she was like, oh. And she was like, she looked she was like, oh my God. I mean, her eyeballs got big and she tried to chuckle, but she was a little, I ain't gonna lie, I think she was a little scared. I didn't care either. But yeah, she was a little nervous. Because I was like, yeah, I'm American Indian. And she couldn't believe it. Oh yeah, I know this is our land. And I know y'all bought it illegally, technically, but, and rightfully it's y'all's right now. Because y'all, let me tell y'all, she predicted what's happening right now. They said that they had that up there. She predicted the fall of America. Why would a witch be talking about a fall of America? They had that in a whole newspaper article. I was so disappointed that I couldn't get a picture of that. She predicted the fall of America that's happening right now. And that's why the Bell Witch talk has gone up. Because all her predictions have came true. And they don't know, since she stopped coming around, back in like the 1900s, she never, once John Bell died, getting to John Bell's death, okay? We're going to get to that. But I'm going to tell you this first. After John Bell died, she didn't really come around no more. She came around 7 years later, one time, to tell them the last prediction of the fall of America, just like Elijah Muhammad did. Remember? These are prophets, but they don't never want to give the witch her prophet role. Because she's a woman and she's considered demonic, even though she be speaking truth. All right. So yeah, she predicted the same thing that Elijah Muhammad predicted about the fall of America, and she's never came back ever since. She's never really, the supernatural events that happened back then stopped happening. So she must have finally laid to rest. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But how John Bell died, the man that owned the land, his wife, Lucy, the younger girl, thank y'all, welcome to the channel. His wife, the one that was like 20 plus years younger than him, there was a cat in the farm on the land that used to kill the mice and all that. And one day she found some liquid that she didn't know what it was. So she thought it was okay to give it to the cat. And the cat drunk it and the cat died. And y'all know, as I tell y'all, witches have been identified with cats and vice versa for the longest time. That's pretty much our spirit animal. That's why, specifically the black cat. So she killed the cat. And this is my thing. She was young, so she was naive. Why would you give something in a bottle that you don't know what it is and test it on an animal and to see if it's what it is? Why did you have to do that at all? Now, remember, Lucy is the only one that the witch was nice to and Lucy never had any problems out of the witch. Everybody in the house, including the other children, got haunted by the witch except the young wife, Lucy, okay? And I feel like because she was the only person in the house that was innocent, and I feel like she was a slave. That's what I feel like. I feel like she wasn't there on her own will. They don't want to say that, but she wasn't. It's too many secrets. They ain't telling us the full truth anyway. So one night, John Bell got sick. He told Lucy he didn't feel good. He got sick overnight. So she had to watch over him and nurse him and stuff. And the witch was talking to her. Okay. So I possibly think it's possible that she got possessed by the witch and poisoned her own husband. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. But what they said happened was he got up in the middle of the night because he was feeling so bad and went to the medicine cabinet and grabbed some medicine. And it was only a vial in the cabinet. Now, this is the thing. How did the vial get in the house? It was in the barn. The cat. Why did she bring something that killed the cat into the house to begin with? Let's ring the bell. We got to tie these knots, baby. We got to tie these knots. Lucy ain't slick. Why did Lucy bring a vial that she knew poisoned a cat and killed it into the house in a medicine cabinet where she know her husband was going to? So John Bell thought it was some medicine and he took it and he died. He died. Okay? And they blame the Bell Witch. But she said out loud in her ghost voice, like she used to speak out and they couldn't see her, but they can feel her. Because she used to like snatch people's shoes off of their feet in their bed and throw them across the room. She used to physically touch them and do things to them. And yes, they can do that if they want to. Real powerful ones can, especially a shamanic witch. Okay, that died in slaughter and know that this wasn't the people that was on this land wasn't supposed to be there. And she wouldn't stop fighting even once she became a supernatural being. Okay? So yes, he died from poison. He died from poison that he drunk himself. That sounds like murder to me. And the witch took credit because it's possible she possessed the young girl, and maybe she told her to bring because they used to talk. And maybe she finally listened. That's what it sounded like to me. Lucy was in with the witch. But they blamed, but what do they do? Strictly blame the witch. They don't tell you the backstory to this stuff. And like I said, you can't take pictures in there. So I was only able to take pictures in the cave. In the cave, you could take pictures of where the body was and everything. And I took pictures of all those pictures and I upload those, y'all. You can only take pictures inside the cave. You cannot take pictures inside the house at all whatsoever. So I really want to do that again, but I want to take a group of people down there. You know what I'm saying? Or honestly, I suggest y'all to go. It's in Adams, Tennessee. It's literally only 45 minutes away. It's the most supernatural historical murder and event that's happened in history here in Tennessee. Okay, let's ring this bell one more time. It's wild, y'all. It's wild. All this stuff. That's why I said I'm happy I finally got more stuff. And I'm still not done researching the story too. I want to know more stuff, y'all. I don't never just stay right there. Okay, because I want to know what happened to the Bell Witch. Because I gave y'all my theory. Since it was a dead coffin down there that got stolen. And they said the Bell Witch used to say she was buried on these grounds and got disrupted. She specifically say that out loud. I feel like the child energy, while she was so close to Lucy, because she was a child, because they said it was a young girl. I think the witch is a young girl. I don't even think she was an adult witch. She was a child that got killed in Huntingdale. Okay, that's what I think, because I want to know what happened to the Bell Witch. They have not identified. They can't. It's hard to identify a ghost. They kept trying to say it was somebody else that died, but every time they kept trying to say it was that Catherine Bates woman, it wasn't her. That was an American Indian soul. Is what it was. That they probably gonna never get the name, or they do got the name, which is why we can't go to those other houses on them acres, y'all. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. You can't go to none of the other houses. That's the only house they'll let you go to. So what are they doing with all that land and all that evidence and all that property, and what are they hiding that we can't see? That we can't see. That's all I've been thinking about. I had to come home, y'all. I was so excited I got sleepy, and I had to take smoke, eat, and take a nap. And I'm about to eat again and smoke again because I'm just mind blown. Because I could feel the energy. I was emotional. Y'all, it's cancer season. I got like 3 cancer placements. I was emotional because when they said it was the Choctaw Indians, and I was like, okay. They were just saying, I'm like, they will tell you the story in your face, and when you don't catch it, you just like, oh, wow. And especially when you don't want to identify as those things. Because we want to identify as black and African American, and no, we not. We the Choctaw and the Cherokee and all those tribes. Y'all, this is our shit. Literally. And they just sold it off. Sold it off to anybody. They had money back then while we got slaughtered and enslaved and removed, y'all. And that is the truth. And I don't care what they got to say about that. I'm not going to speak against truth, okay? Because it may hurt somebody's feelings or make somebody feel uncomfortable. That story is a legendary story. And you know what? I'm proud to say it happened here in Tennessee. Yes. We need to give Tennessee some more credit, okay? We be sleeping on Tennessee, some of us, y'all. So, y'all, that was really the main thing that happened. It was a really short tour. That's it. You get to really see the house and go to the cave, and that's it. And then I was like, I was taking my time, y'all. So I was, once she said I could take pictures, I was looking at everything. I was seeking to feel something, you know what I'm saying? Something supernatural, y'all. I was like, what else is in here? I wanted somebody to speak to me. I'm serious. I was like, so nothing happened. They said supernatural things have happened in the cave, but it's so far in between. They said One person said he felt like somebody pulled his hair one time in the cave. So nothing happened to me except my ear ringing. My ear started ringing on the right side, but I do feel like there was a message that's going to come, that's going to download later. Right now, I have not been able to download or digest what that could have been. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know when your ears ring, those are messages and stuff. You know, downloads or upgrades and stuff. So it's going to come out. Maybe I just got another superpower. Ooh. So look, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all can check those pictures out on my page if you haven't already, of the pictures that I was able to take about the tour. And I tagged their page too. And you could definitely go check it out if you want to. It's like they only open Wednesday through Sunday, I believe. And it was like it's like cheaper during the week. It was like $19. But during the weekend it's like 23. And they said during Halloween it's packed. I bet. I wouldn't go Halloween. I wouldn't go Halloween. It would be too packed because the cave is so tight that they said they had hours of wait times to do the tours, and I bet. So I'm happy I went ahead and experienced it now. I would definitely do it again though, because I just feel like it's more. It's so much stuff in that museum that you ain't got enough time to read. That's another thing. And then you can't take pictures, so it was a lot of information I still didn't get. So I'm definitely going back a couple more times. I need to read some more of that stuff, especially with all them American Indian artifacts that they took from the cave and have in that museum. That's from our ancestors. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go back. You know, I gotta go back, y'all. But that's all I got. I'm still gonna do the Cancer season reading. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight or not, because I'm still kind of like super charged up and kind of drained at the same time from all the energy I was in today out there at that, in Adams, Tennessee. And I'm still really digesting it all, y'all. So I don't know if I need to channel tonight. So y'all, but I do have a link of the story in my story on my Instagram. Okay, if y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all can go up there and check it. I got another link too that I've been reading over. But so if y'all want to read more information on it, y'all can either hit me up or y'all can go to my story, y'all. So that's all I got. That was really a quick, debriefing of everything. And oh, by the way, please check my jewelry out at goddessontherise.life. And also check out my YouTube page, y'all. Y'all, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, but YouTube at Sacred Energy Exchange 222, y'all. I really want to get my followers there, on my YouTube page. It's growing. I got somebody to follow me today. It was while I was on the tour. She loved my outfit so much. She was like, what do you do? And I told her, I said, I'm a witch. So she followed me. She was a sweet lady. And definitely book those readings, y'all. Sacred Energy Exchange 222. Because, y'all, as I'm doing this, y'all know I do my spiritual work. I got a lot of messages. I be having to make myself go to sleep, take naps, all right? So definitely book those readings and figure out what's coming next for y'all in this new season. I feel a lot of emotional energy, y'all. It's a lot. It's about to be watery. I'm talking about it's going to be a lot of, trauma that's about to come out. It's going to be even a lot of, love coming out. People that's going to start admitting. Thank you so much. You already know that Beetlejuice energy. I'm about to get a black and white one just like this, too. But yeah, it's a lot of love coming out too, y'all. It's a lot of people that's about to be having love confessions, If you've been suppressing your feelings or your love for stuff and things, love in general, all that's about to come out. Creativity is about to run wild, y'all. So this season is actually a great season. This season is a birthing season, okay? People about to birth into who they want to be and be them, because we about to be living in the heart space and that heart chakra space. And that's why I got this little green on that growth. This is about growth. This is a season that's a cleansing season for your growth. Okay. So get ready for them messages, because they about to come through, y'all. Y'all know I'm about to be dropping. So thank y'all so much. Tune in for me when I do my reading on that Cancer season. I love y'all. Stay wild. All right.